I apologize about that, folks. Once again, back one more time. Yeah, it's getting crazy, man. It's ridiculousness. All right, we back. Anyways, apologize once again. Thanks for joining me back again. Gonna make sure I repost this new link. All right. All right, GME got a little breakout of this situation here. Okay, good. All right, we left off talking about Starbucks, right? My man Paul was asking about Starbucks, so pull him up real quick. Just gonna apologize for the delay there, the restart. Appreciate you coming back in. Let's get all set up here. NVDA, we don't need you anymore. All right, let's see. Huh. Paul, you back in here? Bang, bang. What's going on? The AMC GME, what's happening? Yeah, GME's getting a push. It's getting a breakout of that setup there. So that's good to see. It was a break of the 100. Big volume came in, pushed it out. Breakout of a downtrend. When Paul gets back in here, I want to double check on Starbucks. Not sure what he was seeing. We'll check Starbucks out though in the meantime. Well, after that, but let's take a look at GME. In the meanwhile, while this is all working itself out, but GME got a nice little push, holding above the 100. This is positive. But you can get back to 26 today if we can get above 25.50. 25.50 is huge. That's why I got this gray area marked off strong, because it's not going to be an easy one to break. Set the indicators for a second. 25.50, it lines up with the 800 EMA. All right, it's a very, very specific location that causes a lot of damage when you break below it or above it. Similar to a creek line, but not exactly. All right, but this was a nice downtrend break that we fell out of after hitting our heads at 29.49. So this was the granddaddy of them all. We talked about that at the time when we were up here. I knew it was not going to break in one attempt. And we are now roughly below its yin yang brother. All right, 25.50 is the yin yang brother that is up here at 29.49. We need to get back above that to get another shot at that 29.49. We don't know how long it's going to take, but I bought down here. I bought in this area. These areas right here are creek lines all bundled together. These several creek lines being above them is very, very bullish. And if they serve as support, we might be right back in the game on this thing. So congratulations if you picked up anything on that dip here, dip by opportunity. Looks really nice. Hey, what's happening, Yesner? Yeah, we're working on it, my friend. Making sure that we keep the information together, and then hopefully we can all benefit at the end, man. But we're staying diligent on this thing. I'm gonna keep it going until we actually win. All right, you don't lose unless you quit. And this is what we're about, man. Staying together on this whole thing, keeping positive energy, and hopefully it all pays out in the end. I believe that everything that was taken will be given back twofold. That's my belief. All right, appreciate you guys being back here. Apologize for the delay as well as the reconnection situation here, but we're gonna keep pushing at this thing, man. It's not over. It's not over. Not over till it's over. All right, but we were discussing quickly when Paul gets back in here, we'll go back over the other one, which was Starbucks, because I don't see what he may have been alluding to. It looks a little weak right now from first perspective. I don't know if he was talking about a positive play or a negative play. It did get a push the other day, a launch. It was a breakout. I did track this the other night. There was a breakout play. However, this is just a retracement on it. It can come down. Actually, right. It's actually probably right about the come down location. It just retested its breakout here, so it looks pretty good. Let's see. I would watch Starbucks for a bounce right in this location. Actually, looks good for a bounce, anyways. Now overall, I can't say I'd have to do the entire chart again, or start from the beginning and see where it is on a schematic front. I mean, looks like a very big downtrend break is possible. Right, it's possible. You got this set up here. I wouldn't say it's possible. We got a long way to go for that. But let's see what else we got going on here. It's not like a weekly. Let's see if we got a daily. I can see a daily bounce. It's a bounce. There's a gap up here. 85 bucks. 80 bucks. 80 bucks is possible, but it would need to start now. Double bottom setup here already took place. Here's SPY already coming back off of that location. It's about to hit our target that we mentioned at 554.49. That's the area I want to see before I start looking into a put situation to play the downtrend. It did not touch it. It's off by now. It's 43 cents, so it's off by a few cents here. 6 cents for a potential entry. IWM bounced off the golden pocket. That's it, man. That's what we've been talking about. Let me pull up IWM. So IWM did exactly what we wanted it to do. This is the golden pocket. This pink line here. All right, it's trying to make its way back up towards the 707 to reattack it. You get back above this area, you have a nice little air pocket which should carry you through. But the IWM is still bullish. Nothing's changed on the IWM front. I still think the SPY is bearish, but not the IWM. It's the opposite, in my opinion, anyways. SPY is still trending downwards. IWM is still squeezing upwards. So there is a sector rotation no matter whoever wants to say the opposite. It's pretty apparent right now. But IWM is looking good. What can I say? Let's go and pull up the trend for retracement here. All right, let's take a look at the daily. So I still got that same path. The 0.65 was at 215.83. You bounced. You're going back toward the 707 at 220.58. So it's on its way. It's going to take a minute or two, but it is on its way. But this is the path I have for IWM. Top target 296. All right, so IWM is looking good overall. AJ, what's happening, man? So very good bounce off that golden pocket on the IWM. Definitely not a bad play for a longer term move, in my opinion. Wolf and Lucid. Yeah, Lucid is one I've paid attention to. Maybe I might have missed something on it, but let's take a look how Lucid is looking. I'll double check Wolf also. Oops. LCID. Yeah, Lucid. For Lucid to have been where it used to be to where it is now is just insane to me. But in reality, we're looking for this to start to loop around. It is very close to a breakout. I mean, it started one the other day. It ran 25%, if anybody remembers that. But it was a large descending broadening wedge. Bounced off several support areas and broke some creek lines. He caused a 25% run just the other day. All right. I mean, it was a very nice run. It obviously did not break that monthly or daily resistance line. It's kind of chilling, looking to reaccumulate here for a potential push up one more time. But yeah, volume shows a downside push is very low volume. It's good to see. It's just looking to start to reverse. I mean, it's probably a good location to start to build if you're not already in it. Definitely would say that much. $3. It can go lower. It's possible to go down to to high twos, but it's a good accumulation location on this stock, in my opinion. All right, if you're looking to go and play the sector in general, I think the sector is going to start to do really well. All right, you obviously can see what's happening with Tesla. Tesla being the leader of this whole pack. you know, we'll see. We'll probably start seeing Rivian and all those things start moving as well. Let's take a look at this a little bit more in detail. All right. Big rejection, yeah. 350, 351, good location to bounce off of on Lucid. Yeah, I can see this thing start to turn around very soon. But it's a major creek line right in this area, this thicker yellow line. Let me get rid of this uptrend for a minute. But that's the one. You break this location at 383, you can see Lucid run again. It already hit its first target at 429 the other day. The second target would be at 452. That would break the major downtrend on the daily. And I'd be looking at this thing going towards about $7 to $8. All right, this is what you're dealing with right now on Lucid. Lucid looks almost ready. Had this arrow here from the other day after reviewing this chart, but it's right there. It's just almost. 383 is that number you need to break. You break 383, it'll be on its way. So keep that in mind, 383. But Lucid looks almost ready. It looks like AMC kind of sort of. Like it's almost ready, but it's much higher up in the schematic than AMC is. Much higher up. It's crazy. You would think that it would be the other way around, but nope. That's what dilution will do for you. So the SPY rejected again, and I didn't take a position yet. Goodness gracious. All right, it's a little below, but yeah, there it is. There's your risk reward, guys, in my opinion. There's your risk reward on SPY. I mean, 1, 2, 3 rejections already off this area. I mean, you'd be in the positive. I'm looking for this to happen toward the downside. Get rid of this. But it's formulating. What I'm also starting to see on the SPY right now is a bearish setup. Not only do you have a 1, 2, 3 triple top, you're starting to form a ascending wedge. All right, another bearish symbol. We've seen this already play out a couple times on SPY. If you break down, this thing is going to dump. It's going to dump. Also, on this setup, lower high, slightly lower high, but it's looking like a triple top. So far, everything says this is going to dump. I mean, there's not really much that I'm seeing that says this is going to move upwards. So, I mean, there's your opportunity. It's been on the screen since you guys first came on earlier on today. The downward correction trajectory is still in play, in my opinion, on the SPY. 240 by September. It's possible on IWM. Let's go back to IWM. It's possible. You know, IWM moves slowly. You know, it has been manipulated, as we all know, but it moves pretty slow. I mean, the reason that it moves so quickly the last couple of days is because of the breakout that we just had on the longer time frames. So that's why you got that big push. But I would give it as long as you can, all right, because this is going to take a while. But naturally speaking, it does move slow. But that breakout obviously is what caused this breakout here at about 209, 208. That's what rocketed this thing up. It was a second breakout of this top side resistance, and you're heading toward that midline. So it's going to take a while. But, you know, give yourself some time on the contracts. I'll double check on Wolf, because Wolf is one that goes around pretty frequently as well. Especially what's happening with Chewy and everything like that. That's one that keeps coming up. But I did chart this one in the past as well, because it's one that we talk about in the group. In Discord, we have discussed it. But it actually has made some moves already. It made certain moves where it hit the certain targets that we wanted to see hit. It just keeps on getting faked out and pushed back down. All right, so let's take a look. Get rid of that for a minute. It's a matter of holding, and that's the issue a lot of the time, is that when you get through these targets, take your money, because these stocks don't seem to hold, especially with the market in a downtrend. Right? If the market's downtrending, you're not getting the follow through or the holding of these actual moves. So let's, for instance, while the SPY is downtrending, you think Tesla's going to hold 250, and it just keeps touching it and coming back down, touching it and coming down. That's really what you want to start to watch for. If you're already up on your shares, you got to keep in mind, or shares or contracts, you want to keep in mind that if the market is not trending in the direction of your play, keep in mind that the market is going to trump everything that's happening. So whatever's happening on that front, you're better off taking your profits based upon the direction of the market, and don't try to be a hero. You know what I'm saying? Because that's when you get stuck with a bag, because of the fact you're playing counter to the market, and the rising side will sink all ships. That's what it is. But as far as Wolf is concerned, it did break out this wedge, false breakout here. It did hit our target that I had up here. It was around 455 after marking this off a little while ago. This was target 1. Came back down. It's kind of been faking people out left and right. You see this waving action happening on the chart. Looks like it is stair stepping up. It is, as long as it holds above 343, you'll probably get another push and attempt to try to hit target 1 again at $4 and change. But it's just, the only way you can really look at this thing is by watching volume, because it's a lot of fake outs happening left and right on this thing. So it's gonna move up, just a matter of time. Especially if you got the idea for what's happening with Chewy, and looking at, you got to pay attention to these as well, because I think Chewy obviously leads this sector for a lot of different reasons. But it's something to pay attention to. Right now, Wolf is looking like it's just waving around, looking to try to make something happen. If it doesn't hold 343, then I'd look to most likely come back down to low threes. But that is a creek line. Again, I pay very close attention to these. You are holding above the 50 moving average, which is good, and you're also holding above a creek line. So there's two major supports. It's just a matter of what does it want to do next. I mean, schematically, it looks like it is cupping. Right? It looks like it wants to loop around and eventually break to the upside. All right, but it's just a matter of, is it really going to follow through? All right, so GME's pushed back down. Hey, what's going on, human? Welcome to the stream, man. It's the first time I'm seeing your name here, so I appreciate you stopping by. Make sure to hit the like button and stuff like that. Let's consider subscribing. Love to continue to have you and see you around. All right, but AMC is still in the same spot. What can I say? It's just sideways trading for the last 2 months. I do see that this is a good spot to be in. I'm going to say that. Being that we are inside of this channel here that we've been building for the last couple of weeks. We're inside of a nice channel, bull channel to the upside. The stock is still pointing up, which is good. Let's put it that way. Let's put it that way. As long as the stock is pointing up, we're okay. The only problem is the timing, because they have been data burning everyone's contracts, long, short, whatever the case. They're just data burning everyone in this sideways trading action for the last 2 months. But the general movement, as you can see with this bull channel, the stock wants to go up. So the general trend is up. It's good to see. So we're going to be heading toward that direction. You're going to get minor pops up and down, but the trajectory short term, or midterm, I'll say midterm, probably leading into earnings, which is the first week of August. You see I have it marked off here. I can see a push from this location up to about $8 to $9. $8.89 would be my target in this case. Overshot, and then we'll probably come back down to the 7s and hold in the 7s for a little while.
Ad-free YouTube and the YouTube Music app all together. One subscription.
Still holding $5, now letting go. Yeah, it's the truth. Why is it following GME and not moving on its own? Well, GME is still the leader of the sector. So it's GME is the leader. So everything that happens based upon is going to happen based upon GME. Anything that was during that squeeze of 2021, it's GME, right? That's why we had to push out of the sub $2 range, or the $2 range. Without GME squeezing, we would have probably had $1. It's what it is. Not saying that the company is not valuable or the stock is not valuable. It's just that everything waits for the leader to make the move. And as GME was approaching that location, you obviously saw we got this huge shot out. It's kind of what it is. I mean, schematically, it still wanted to go down there and touch it. and this is also one of the reasons why this is still sideways trading for so long, is naturally the stock wants to go down, but everyone is trading this thing, or whoever's trading it, institutions, is watching a third wave move, because they're also watching a third wave move on GME. So the people that are short on GME are also short on AMC. And this is what's happening. So it's helping to carry the momentum, and it's helping to reverse this downward trend situation we've been on in AMC for so long. So now we're just kind of waiting for the follow through. And this is why we're just stuck sideways. GME's made some pretty aggressive moves, obviously. I mean, so is AMC, short term, but they're not holding, simply because everything is waiting for the actual direction of where these things are going to go. And it really, in my opinion, is based on GME. I hold AMC. I've been here ever since day one. So it's like, it's just a matter of time for me. But in this case, GME was set to run. It's major resistance, but it's not over yet. GME on the weekly looks insane. All right, it is looking to still make that move. It's just a matter of time. Right now, I'm gearing towards about September 1st for a potential cross-up on the monthly time frames, which should push this thing pretty crazily for the next couple of weeks. But they blocked it at that 29.49 level. And once it gains its bearings again, this thing's gonna run. And I do definitely wholeheartedly believe we'll be in about the $200 to $300 range, probably going into the early part of the fall. All right, that's just the way. And if GME does that, AMC is going to follow. Not saying that AMC will be at $70, but AMC can start to see those levels towards about the $25 to $40 range, in my opinion. So we're just going to wait it out. I mean, that's all we can do. But they are definitely boring a lot of folks in this area, but that's part of the game, man. It's that battle of attrition that we're dealing with at this point. But hold tight. It's very frustrating, man. Very frustrating. But definitely hold tight. It'll get there. I mean, we waited this long. Well, it's a couple more weeks. Get rid of these lines for a second. But overall, I mean, it's still, the chart looks correct. It makes sense. It does want to do what it's supposed to do. It's just a matter of time. All right, it's just a matter of time. All right. Let's see here. I still have this set up here on AMC to eventually hit $25, come back down to about 11.10, and then most likely breaking this descending broadening wedge until you get to about the $40 range, and then from there I'm looking to at least get to $70 by the end of the year. That'd be nice. But we gotta embrace the suck for a little while, because they're gonna sideways trade this thing probably till the middle of August. So, yeah, it's just gotta hang on. We're almost there. All right, appreciate you guys being up in the stream here once again. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe if you've not already done so. Remember, this is a symbiotic relationship, so you guys give me energy, and hopefully I'm providing value to you guys while you're here. All right. SPY, again, if you guys have not taken me up on that play, it would have been easy money, because it's doing the thing. It's doing the thing. You see the risk was up here. Play downside opportunity to make money is down here. We've bounced off, almost triple topped on the SPY's play. All right, 3 times already at that 554.46 level. Missed it by 3 cents. The target was 554.49. Off by 3 cents was the area we called out earlier this morning. And now here we are looking to potentially sell off. If it does not hold this level, it's going to come down. And my first area I'll be looking at is probably going to be somewhere around that 550 area. All right. Low of the day so far is 551.34. So I want to make a mental note of that. I'll actually add a ray, horizontal ray, so we can see it. Because I think if we do what I'm thinking is going to happen, we'll probably fall right below it in a little bit. Because this ascending broadening wedge is breaking down, and that's where we're going. So Wolf is rounding again. It's trying to go. It's got this again rounding setup, but it's going to take a while. All right, it's trying to form a bull channel upwards. So waving back and forth throughout this range until it eventually goes to where it needs to go. But it's in the good buy zone. As long as it stays above 343 like we talked about, I think it's alright. No real worries on it. S-Bucks still kind of getting his teeth kicked in a little bit. Let's see here. That was a big move. Just has to feel that move. Feel that support line, which is looking like it's starting to hold. But it's just not ready to make the move yet. Big moves like that. Fence goes up fast, fence comes down fast. And here goes SPY failing again. As we talked about, if it breaks below 551.30, there's your play. Easy money. Let's see here. GME coming back down. Alright. Let's see, 501 on AMC. Here comes the SPY coming back down. Alright, let's see what else we got going on here. Supporters, bro. Alright. Yeah, it's not letting go. It's holding 5 pretty tight. I mean, we got earnings coming up. This is the earnings prep. It is holding. It is holding. It's only a matter of time. Well, I don't expect much today, though. I expect it to hold here. You know what I did expect to see. I did expect to see it possibly break down to the 4s. Slightly, not crazily. 490 maybe. We did get a little bit of that over the last day or two. 497. But yeah, it's a battle, man. It's gonna be a battle, sideways movement. You know, just be careful with these contracts. Just do shares if anything. If you know you're not afraid to lose a little bit, and just build up your base. But right now, it is holding on to the area. What can I say? It's like right there.
Catch the latest releases.
Just needs to reverse the situation.
Maybe I'll show you.
But
This is an epic story.
yeah, 497 was a low today. So I expected it to come down to at least no more than 490.
Get max.
So right now it's still pretty good. It's still looking positive so far. Let me take a look at the 5-minute to see what we're looking like on
YouTube.
EMA SMA analysis here. I'll move these lines. All right, let's look at it from this perspective on the 5-minute. I mean, it's fighting for it. It's trying to survive here. But the volume is also not coming in So it's just at the volume shelf. So you see this volume shelf here? A lot of trading taking place in this area. Yeah, it doesn't look great still. It still doesn't look. It's fighting and holding, but it doesn't look good. It's just in a high location for volume trading, high volume trading area. So it's just kind of sitting in this area because this is where a lot of people are stepping in. That $5 level is psychological, right? So it's gonna hold it. It's gonna trade a lot here. Doesn't mean it has to turn around here, but it's good to see it show some sort of strength in this area, because there are some major crosses to the downside that want to push this thing down. So the sideways state thing can continue on for quite a while. All right, it can continue on for quite a while. I don't expect it to just turn around like that, but it is in a good spot from the 4-hour perspective. We don't want this cross to happen. That's the last thing we want. All right, this is a platinum cross on the 4-hour. You do not want to see that, because that would push us even lower. All right, but it's looking like it is hunting for it right now. So it is very close. This candle will close in about 30 minutes. So if we're holding the $5 again for the next 30 minutes to about 12 Eastern, yeah, this thing it'll probably dump. It'll probably go down to 490, potentially 483. It's very likely, if you get this 4-hour cross, it'll be a pretty bad situation. So we gotta watch it. That's all I can say. We gotta watch it. We had last time we got this cross down was after that run to about $8, almost $7. Cross down, and we did not recover for, let's see how long it took for us to recover. June 7th, we didn't recover until, let's see, we started to recover from that about 3 weeks before we actually started to recover. But the actual full recovery didn't take place until, about 3 to 4 weeks, so about a month more. So we're about to get that cross down again in about the next 30 minutes. And yeah, that would suck. It would probably bring us down again to that 483 level. So we'll be testing this area one more time. So this is 1, this is 2. It'd be the 3rd time we would retest that area. Hopefully that'd be the final time we test it before we actually push up. So we'll see. But right now we are about to get that cross down, which is going to be pretty bad. So we'll see what happens, man. Oh yeah, it's it. This is part of the game, man. They stop these theta burns, stop loss hunts, and all of that. It's all part of the game that they play. So be careful with the contracts. All right, and you'll be down pretty quickly, but that's part of the game. So here's the SPY though. By the way, if the SPY move already has happened, so let me make sure I put this posted in the Discord. And hopefully somebody got those puts and was able to make money off this thing. All right, so here it goes. SPY is pushing down. The markets just start coming down with all these other plays that were upside plays. It's time to get out of the water because SPY is going to dump. It's probably going to drag AMC with it. It'll probably drag GME with it. I mean, great moves today on GME, but it needs to hold. That's the second half, and the SPY is dumping pretty fast now. So it did just lose that area. It's about to make a new day low. And once that happens, it's going down the path that we already discussed. Definitely a lot faster than I thought it was going to do it. Because I gave it some time. I gave it some time. But it's doing this thing in the first few minutes. Jeez. They bring all of this in. Yeah, SPY for you. So that would have been a great put buy opportunity, guys. If anybody was able to jump in on this, Make a little money on this deal. Congratulations. But that's what we're looking at. 545.75 is on the way. If it does not hold this current low of the day. There's AMC breaking down 499. Your stop loss could get hit, depending on when you bought them, though. All right. Well, so far it is doing what we talked about. That was a great buy opportunity. Those puts should be up quite nicely. All right, so there goes AMC dumping below $5, and it's about to get a platinum cross down on the 4-hour, which is horrible. It is horrible. You didn't want to see this. That means that we'll be stuck in this play for another few weeks, at least. All right. Appreciate you guys being up in here once again, looking over this market. It's just not as fun when it's a bear market setup or we're in a downtrend. Everything is so much fun when we're bullish. I don't know. It's kind of crazy. See this all happening. What are you gonna do? You gotta embrace it. You gotta take the good with the bad, man. Market's dropping. Nothing's going up anymore. Everything's just on a downtrend. It's ridiculous. Is GME looking good? That's really what I care about right now. Because if GME looks good, it'll carry AMC. And that's what we want to see. With or without anything being said by Adam Aaron or whatever. Just the way it is on the charts. Hey Jay, what's happening, man? Welcome back. I can't say, I wouldn't say before earnings. I would say it'd be probably around earnings based on the way things look. So I can't say before, because right now, if I were to look at this just from where it is, you guys hear me talk about the creeks and platinum crosses. Well, we're right now at the 4-hour about the platinum cross down, which is horrible. All right. This will take at least 3 weeks to repair. That's going to definitely bring us down, in my opinion, down to as low as 483. 490, 483, and it probably will hold there for a while until we get to earnings. Now, whatever's going to happen to earnings, hopefully it's set up for a pop, because it does schematically look like it wants to do that. Come down here, which is why I kind of have it marked off. All right, you see this push down? Would mark off around that 483 level, then pop back up and then start to run. But this would have to be a fake out. Now, I need to double check the 2-day time frame, which is very important. I mentioned this a few times if you guys have been here. Because the 2-day time frame is, they're holding it underneath the number I wanted to hold under. Right, 503 was that number. You have to hold it here for a couple of days. And if they are successful doing it, holding it down here, which it looks like they're about to be, we'd be in a little bit of an issue. Because the last time we broke this and had this actual cross up, we were supposed to squeeze. We're supposed to not squeeze, but run. I don't want to say the word squeeze because I know people think I mean $1,000. No. I mean just push up quite nicely, a few 100%. But right now, as it stands, we've gotten. It looks like we're about to be rejected off of that cross up. right? It's very close to being uncrossed, but it would take at least 2 to 3 days underneath $5 for this cross to be broken. So let's take a look real quick to see if it's actually done yet. I mean, it's just we have to count from the other day, anyways. Count from the major drop, and it's close. It's getting there. All right, this is kind of what I wanted to see. Let's remove the candles. Let's remove this. So it's getting pretty close right now to crossing back down. So you don't want that either. All right, crossing back down because we just got the cross 503. Now we're right back to below 503, which is not good. All right, we're below it, which can uncross this and causes an issue. The last time this crossed up, it's gonna take everything off just so we can review it again. The last time it crossed up on a 2-day time frame, no candles or nothing. We're just gonna look at it straight up. All right, successfully was back here, January 29th. Well, January 25th. All right, January 25th, 2021, excuse me. That's the last time it was successful, and then you know what happened after that. The only other time outside of that where it was successful, but copied and rejected, was when 8 was introduced back in August of 2022. You got a push up, which is also a squeeze within itself. Put these back, also a squeeze within itself, and then you sold off once it was rejected. That cross back down, you see how long it took us to recover from that cross back down. Not saying this is going to be the case. I mean, the whole situation with Judge Zern and all that, that's where this crazy drop off happened. We could have crossed up a few different times, right? You see how it worked back up, but it just takes a while. All right, the time is the issue, and I know a lot of folks are getting bored out of their positions. They need money for other things. They sell off their positions. They do what they got to do. Obviously, you can't really fault anybody for doing those types of things. Take care of business, you know what I mean? But in this situation, we want to make sure we at least maintain this $5 area as long as possible. So we already have 498. Got to keep our eye on this thing. I would like to see us at least reclaim $5 very soon. If it's going to go down to 483, 490, do it fast and come back. We don't want to see it hold down there. That's when it's a killer. And there goes SPY dumping off as we expected. So congratulations, guys, if you picked up those puts that I recommended. This has been in place since yesterday. This is also posted in Discord, so you guys get a live look and see what we kind of talked about in Discord, because it is starting to dump as expected, just a lot faster. I gave the SPY too much credit because I expected it to at least try to push into this area a little bit, 555. But lo and behold, here we are on SPY. SPY is going to continue the downtrend, in my opinion, towards that mid 540 area, probably low 540 area in just a little while. So congratulations if you guys picked it up. Down 600. Wow. Yeah, man. I mean, hey, it's don't go too heavy, bro. It's one of those things. So you got 250 contracts. Yeah, you gotta be a little more sure about it before jumping in that heavy, and also, if anything, be in position to average in. All right, I constantly tell anybody who's in the Discord or whoever's listening, is you don't want to go balls to the wall in these things. You want to enter them in slowly. If you have $1,000, put 250 in at a time. It's increase your chances of a better average, which will also help you mitigate some of the costs and losses that can occur, especially with options contracts. Right, so it's just one of those things, man. But it's all good, It's all good. I'm sure you wouldn't do it if it wasn't, your plan. So be careful on that, though. I like the fact that AMC has bounced back up. I would like to see it hold above 503. Stay up there. Stop playing this dangerous game you're playing right now. I don't think it's not AMC doing it. Obviously, it's this the manipulation stuff. I mean, there's like no volume again. Like, this no volume stuff is ridiculous. And this has been the problem we've been dealing with forever. Yeah, I hear you, man. I hear you. It's all good. I'm not saying to buy or sell. Don't do anything. Just got to be mindful. that it can go the opposite direction. But fake outs do happen, right? Fake outs do happen. We've seen fake outs happen on several occasions on a lot of different stocks, right? It's just part of the game. This is how they play. But you know, you want to make sure you're at least protecting yourself on the upside and the downside. Use stop losses, you know, 10%, 15%, whatever is comfortable for you. But then also use trailing stops. I talk about those a lot. Trailing stops will help you protect yourself from yourself, because we tend to want to have everything run up, but not everything is designed to run up, and not for long. Right, so take profits along the way. Grab 10. If you're gonna take 10% off the table, take 20% off the table, and so on, because it'll protect you in case you get a candle that goes completely contrary to what you even want, and you know, either robs you or worse. You know what I mean? So you got to protect yourself from yourself, and then you want to make sure, when I say that, just take profits along the way as you're moving up, and automate it. All right, don't leave it up to your discretion, because the green eye monster comes in every now and again. I know, despite our best advances, our best attempts to not be greedy, it comes in. You know, it's just human nature. So we got to protect ourselves against human nature beforehand, or before human nature takes over. All right. And that's how that goes, man. GME going green. Well, yeah, it's look. I mean, GME looks good right now. GME looks like it wants to recover. I would like to see GME above 550. All right, above 550 would be nice. But yeah, you can get trailing stops in a lot of different ways. If not, you can calculate them. Calculate it in, AJ. So if you're doing 10% profits, take 10% profits. Right, just add, let's say it's $1 position, right? Just take profit at 110. Do it. Take profit spots. So technically speaking, it's a trailing stop, and then you can just move your stop losses up to basically cover the other end in case it drops too low below your price point. So there's ways to play it, even if you don't have it called, quote unquote, depending on whatever broker you're using. You don't call it a trailing stop, but technically speaking, it's still a trailing stop. You're just mitigating your risk by moving up your profit targets and moving up your stop losses. Yeah, man, getting hyped. I mean, it's part of the process. Don't get too hyped though. You know, keep your eye on this thing. They love to get people hyped and then yank the chain the other direction. Yeah, Google got earnings tomorrow, so Google, I'm also expecting some things to happen, and Tesla's also got earnings, but doesn't take away from it schematically right now. Schematics are still schematics. Let's take a look at Google real quick. I wanted to look that up earlier on. Let's see. Let's go Google. Oops. I screwed that up. Yes, I did screw it up. Let's try it again. G-O-O-G. Boom. All right. So Google, as far as this is concerned, it looks decent on the 4-hour. Let's take a look. Let's go back. It looks good on the 1 day. It looks good. It looks like it wants to go up. If I was to just look at this, just by looking at this. So let's see. I mean, weekly looks a little soft, but let's see. Let's use the 4-hour for now. It looks like it wants to go up to a certain point. I'm not gonna say it looks like it wants to go up completely. It wants to go towards. I mean, it already hit 184 today, right? And 184 would have been the first location. If you break 184, max I'm saying on this thing for now it'd be about 187. I mean, it bounced quite nicely off the 100. There's a volume shelf that it's bounced off of. From this point of view, it looks bouncy. It looks like it wants to go up a little bit, but it's got some work to do. If you break over 184 flat, 184.25, that's around that area of the 50 moving average on the 12-hour, you could see a move to 186, 187. But if it's earnings, if it goes into earnings and it breaks that area and gets a nice surge of volume, and if earnings is really a knockout, you can probably see Google probably hit towards 190, possibly even new all-time highs at 200. So Google is set up for a couple different things. It's just a matter of whether or not it's going to play out, whether it is ready to do some stuff. gotta watch it. But earnings is tomorrow, so we'll see how that plays out tomorrow. Thoughts on Tesla earnings? I mean, it's Tesla isn't also in a good spot as well. Tesla's right there. Tesla is like right there. Like this is it's pretty solid looking for Tesla. And if he does something like that, like a share buyback or something bullish, I still have Tesla going to 345.40. I don't know if it's going to actually play out now, but Tesla's monthly chart looks sick. Like, I mean, beautiful, sick, right? Tesla's weekly chart looks ready. I mean, all of this stuff happened right at these breakouts. I mean, everything just looks so weird on these charts lately because the small caps want to go, shorter stocks want to go, but the market wants to come down. It's like timed so well. But in my opinion, it still wants to come up this way. $345. I have a circle here I've had for weeks now. And it's just a matter of time till it gets there. But I mean, we'll see. If we get good information, it'll go parabolic, it'll go straight up. But we'll see. I mean, all we can do is watch the charts. But it's in a great spot. If it's not, if it's any negative stuff that comes in, because it's also in a spot like this, and within this pattern, right, on the weekly, if it's negative for whatever reasons, it can also come down pretty hard back towards 200. I don't see that happening. I see it more bullish than bearish, but it's just where it's located right here on this particular pattern, right? This pattern is pretty aggressive, but you get a breakout in this pattern, descending broadening wedge. This is on the weekly chart. It will go straight up, and you'll probably hit the $300 range very fast. 265 is major resistance right now because you were rejected here, and now you're at that level of resistance, and you formed a pennant, trying to pretty much fake everybody out who's watching. I mean, it's just a question. It's a big question mark. But this is an I dare you location. It's an I dare you pattern. Like, what are you gonna do? But in my opinion, it looks bullish to me. This will go up. It'll break through 265. You break that, 345 would be where it goes. But right now, it's really close, man. It's anybody's call. But yeah, that would put if they did a stock buyback or something like that. If Elon's talking anything positive, you know, it'll push. So I'm leaning more towards bullish. But you got to be careful with these things on earnings. I wouldn't play any earnings on it. I mean, again, from the standpoint of my bullish crossovers, weekly, monthly, 4-day, all of it. It's all crossed up. I mean, this thing is ready to go. And I would lean more, again, I have to lean more towards bullish. So this thing is wound up ready to push, man. I mean, on a monthly, you don't see that often. Let's take a look at 3-month. Even the 3-month chart looks good. Like, this looks great. This tweezer bottom, technically speaking, this hammer candle pushed up. Like, Tesla wants to go. Like, wants to go up. Now, we just started this month. I can't expect much from it yet. The volume on this, on the monthly chart, is slightly weak. But it's for several reasons. All right. So price is moving up while price moving down. This is a 3-month chart. This is a quarterly chart. So we got to look at it for a little with a grain of salt as well. A little far out. But let's go a little closer. Let's do a 2-week. Even the 2-week is ready to cross up. And you're above the 100 moving average. Like, this thing wants to go. So Tesla is very strong looking. I will say that. Let's see. We'll take a look at AMC in a sec here. And Upstart fills the gap at 26. Well, yeah, Upstart is a powerhouse, man. Upstart. Let's take a look at Upstart again. Yeah, Google's getting ready, man. Google can go. I mean, Google's another one. They might want to push up towards 185. But let's take a look at Upstart real quick. Upstart again is going to go with the IWM. So Upstart is a monster. Upstart is a monster. Congrats to everybody that made a bunch of money off that play last week too, man. We did real nice on that. Real nice on that one. And let's see let's take a look at Upstart real quick. Let's see if Upstart's setting up, because when Upstart, it plays off of setups. Like, you know, don't expect it to just bounce. You need to set up for it to go. All right. But when it gets those setups, man, the setups are aggressive. But it was we got the breakout here from 28 bucks. This is where we played all the way up to about 32 bucks. Sold the majority up here, pretty much all of them up here. And just let like one runner hold until it broke back down, and then took the rest of the profit. But it is retesting this breakout, which is good to see. So that breakout location right here, 26 bucks. That gap is now being filled. Looks good actually. It's a tweezer bottom also. So this is a tweezer bottom. All right. So you got this. Well, not necessarily, almost. But it's high volume that basically brought the price back up. So we'll just leave it at that. And now it's also on top of volume shelf. It looks like it's almost ready. It looks like it's almost ready to turn around soon. Now, again, this is going to operate with the IWM, so it's very important to keep that in mind. IWM is looking good and strong. I'll expect it to go, but here's your pattern forming out on this thing. All right, you see the M shape, kind of ugly looking one, but it's an M shape. The price action did not touch the bottom trend line, which means that you have support here, which is a good thing. Which means that now it's going to be soon time to start pushing back the other direction. Now we want to take a look just to confirm it by looking at the EMA and SMA analysis, which I love to do. All right, and we'll just take a look and see what's happening. It's bearish for the time being, but it did look, you can see here, 200 moving average, bounced right off of it. So that's also giving me an idea that this is still looking like it wants to potentially turn around, but it's going to take a while for these to loop around to support it. All right. But it isn't a good buy location for a longer time frame. Can it come down? Yes, it can. But it's going to take a while for this to actually play out where it just moves towards the upside again like the way it did. All right, there's also a creek line. This yellow line is a creek. Volatility happened, it pushed down, pushed right back up. But this would be the area, the baseline that we want to see hold for a potential buy opportunity or push up opportunity. But yeah, that's all I can say on that. It's going to take a while for Upstart to make another move. But if you start seeing IWM get crazy, watch for Upstart, because Upstart can really do some damage. All right, let's keep an eye on it. Yeah, trading psychology is big, man. That's the one that takes the longest to the longest to learn. You can understand these charts up and down, left and right. You know, get everything right on that. But the trading psychology will take a little while. So again, you got to set yourself up to protect yourself from yourself. All right, that's really what it is. But trading psychology is a tough one. You get everything right. Look at these charts up and down. Have a solid, solid strategy. All of that, and you'll still lose because you just have not mastered your own psychology. All right. So it's like the old saying. If you guys do any reading, you probably heard of Sun Tzu in The Art of War. All right. They say that if you know the enemy and know yourself, you will not succumb in any battle. Right? You got to know both. If you know one and not the other, for every battle you take, you will also lose one. That's how that is. If you don't know your enemy and you don't know yourself, you'll lose every single battle every single time. So it's the concept of understanding and having the will to understand yourself just as good as you understand your enemy. This is why I like boxers and like people that are involved in sports, right? Or boxers or basketball players or coaches have the players watch their tape back. Right, because it gives them an idea of who they are and what they do. Just to learn from past experiences. But there's also the internal side of it, which is again the psychology part. You gotta watch the psychology and learn from it, because it'll come back to haunt you every single time if you don't get it right. All right, until you're out of money, especially in this game. So that's the idea. You gotta protect yourself, man, at all times. But GME is trying to fight this thing, but GME is bouncing between a bunch of creek lines. So we'll see. 1, 2, 3. These three, this cluster. All right, you want to see it hold above the top creek line at least and start to attack this 25.50 again. But right now, it's just having a little trouble. I'll check out the AMC 40 in a sec. Do you think Upstarts fills that gap? We talked about that. GME about to fly. Yeah, GME's got some work to do. It's got a hold over here. AMC's pushing down. If GME goes to $30, what do you think do you think they will halt the stock? It'll get volatile up there for a quick minute. Not as crazy as we've seen in the past, but it will get some volatility above $30 because it'll just flip everything from bearish to bullish again. Well, short-term bearish, because it's still bullish longer term, but it will flip gamma and everything will start coming up to the upside. But yeah, $30 is going to be a huge psychological level, as well as a major resistance level. This is why we got rejected up there at 29.49, which I expected us not to break in one shot. There's just no way. But I didn't expect it to shoot back down this low. I wanted to hold somewhere in that mid 25, 50 range, $26 range, but to shoot it down $7 or whatever the case is. What is it? $5? Yeah, it's just a little overkill. But it is what it is. XRP. I'll check out XRP. I always hear about it. I'm not involved in it, but I'll take a look at it for you. And AMC, my man Braveheart is up in here. Let's take a look at AMC again just to talk about it. But AMC, man, this is another one of those situations. It may not be a fake out. Technically, it's just going to be a sell-off because it's not looking good right now for the moment. I expect earnings report is in 17 days. So I see it marked here. Next earnings report in 17 days. So that's good to know. I believe we're getting set up for a move on earnings, going into earnings. I should say not a move, but like a reaccumulation going into earnings. So a move back upwards. So when I say fake out, I mean fake out in the idea that it's not going to push down to $1, but I do expect it to come down to at least $4.90, $4.83, the lowest, hopefully. From there, rebuild itself to try to attack those lines, those creeks again, to try to push through and go to that $8 mark, at least $8. I mean, everything is still set up for it, but it is currently looking bearish. I gotta say, you got a 4-hour platinum cross down. You got a 5-hour platinum cross down. You got a 6-hour platinum cross about to happen down. Oh, sorry, a momentum cross down just to place now. So this is going down. No matter what we like to slice it, it's going down to 480, 490. All right, but we'll see, man. All right, J. Cole, what's happening? Let's take a look at XRP real quick because I keep hearing about XRP. I'm not involved in it, but I think sounds like XRP is doing some things. Let's take a look. I mean, when I was looking at XRP, this is way back when crypto was kind of new. Well, new anyways, like 2017. It was like 30-something cents at the time when I was playing with it, but it was just trading it back and forth. Not really looking for it for a long-term hold, but it's 61 cents now. That's cool. I was back in 2017, so I was down here. Actually, even further back. When the hell was that?
So this back to school season,
Let's see.
spend less on them. Amazon has low prices on everything kids need, like sports.
Maybe 2018, somewhere around that time, I was trading this thing back and forth. But let's see. It is looking good, actually. I mean, I can't get mad at it. On the weekly, it's above the 200. Got platinum cross in the daily. It's hunting for a platinum cross in the 2-day. So if you get above this level here at 61 or 62 to 62 cents, this can start to go. It's looking good. Might have to start looking into this a little further, but it's looking nice. I don't know what else might be pushing it, but you got this bull channel. Oh, excuse me, a bull flag, I should say. All right, basically looking to break to the upside. So as this breaks, if you break that 62 cent level, you can get to about 70 cents, 80 cents, possibly even 90. But it's looking good. I can't get mad at this stock, at this chart. What's happening, Androp? Yeah, it looks good. It looks like it wants to do something. Yeah, ETH was 40 cents back then, man. I wish I knew then what I knew now. What I know now. Well, I did buy a good amount of Ethereum down at the $800 level. So I'm pretty happy. This is all off the SBF news a couple years ago. So that was a great buy on that push down. SEC lawsuit, yeah, I can imagine. I believe Ripple was all set up there. There was a lot of conversation about it. You know, there's a lot been holding it back, but it is ready. I mean, from a chart perspective, it's ready to do some things. I don't really see it staying down much longer. I mean, as long as the paperwork and nonsense that they had to do for this is all set, it is on its way. This would be a natural downtrend break. Would be a technical breakout for a lot of different reasons. All right, this was your fake out down here. All right, this is the 3-day chart. Your fake out already took place. So in this sense, fake out. People thought it was going to buy up and break out here. It did not. Fake down. Great buy opportunity. Push back up. You break this downtrend, this thing is going to run. It'll be literally a technical breakout. All right, you have your top side resistance again. We talked about 62 cents. That's it. You break 62 cents, this thing is out of here. Nothing else to really talk about. In this case, you don't have to even worry about. There goes AMC pushing down. Yeah, this thing it's gonna come down to 83, 483. It's just no way around it. At least 483. You know, it sucks to see it, but I mean, the platinum cross down is usually not wrong. All right, especially this. That platinum cross down is solid. All right. Oh yeah, man. J. Cole, you got a lot with that. Definitely, that SBF was a situation to take advantage of at that time. All right, I think that was a big opportunity, but you need those scare offs sometimes to get the opportunities to buy back in. You know, I hate to say it, but COVID was a big situation of it's a scare out. All right, he saw the market rebound like crazy. Like never before, not to mention the infusion of new money or printed money. So we're still living off the highs of that right now. So that's why people keep looking for a crash. Because I mean, even though yes, inflation is down and all of that, but it was still, you know, artificially inflated. The entire market was for quite a while. And, you know, yes, we were down in inflation, but you know, there's still remnants of it still looming in the market. This is part of the reason why I say 505 is coming. All right, it's on the way. It's going to happen. It's just a matter of time. As far as, let's see. What else here? A little still holding it back. Buck, what's happening? I just noticed your message, man. Welcome back to the stream. In case I asked you last Thursday what's the worst you see under $3 to $4, you said that no. I don't think we're going that low. Not $3 $4. I believe we're going down to 483. So in this case, it's in that case, I still believe that we're going to go up. I think we're just preparing for the move on into earnings, because it's just sideways trading. So in this situation, got to give it time, man. What can I say? Got to give it time. But a new low? No, I don't see new lows coming for AMC. I don't see us going back into the threes. I don't see that at all. If we do, it'd be for some crazy reasons. But I don't see a $3 happening at all. Now, if it does, I'll buy the float. Gladly. So, it is what it is. But we'll see what happens next, man. But things happen, bro. Hopefully it didn't hurt you too bad. But I'm still here. Anyways, as far as this is concerned, we're going to take a look at this here. GME, still the leader of the pack. And we're just waiting for GME to do its thing. Without GME, AMC is not going to move. I love the fact that it's trying to pull back above $25. I would love to see it above $25.50. That'd be really nice to see. But so far, so good. All right, so it is past noon. I'm gonna get ready for the next thing here. Appreciate you guys being here once again. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. All right. Going to be jumping off for the time being to go catch some other standing deals that I got to take care of. But I will be back tomorrow. A lot stronger of a position in that case. All right. But everybody's up in there. I appreciate you guys always stopping by. New folks, old folks, all of that. J. Cole, you already know. Bang, AMC, GME, Usner. All right, it's Usner 16. Eric, AJ, Human Made. Appreciate you, man. AJ, appreciate you. You already know. All right, J100K. Man, Androp. That's a new name also. I appreciate you stopping in. Hopefully you can hang out with us more frequently as we go forward with this whole thing, all right? All you guys up in here as well as Buck. Appreciate you too, bro. We'll check you out on the next one. We'll be back here tomorrow again between 10 and 12 Eastern time, all right? Check you guys back out. Appreciate you stopping in. Hopefully you made some money on that SPY play. That was easy money to be made. And we're going to continue to rock out, watch these other stocks and whatnot in the interim. All right, check me out on Twitter. We can keep the conversation going there. But until next time, guys, peace.
Your favorite movies are on YouTube. From Max, Paramount Plus, Stars, and more on YouTube.